kicks at? Where them hands? Where them holes? Where them throws? You know what I'm saying?
Today, we're going to talk about a concept from Judo, and I will talk about how it can be applied to Taekwondo. And then I will talk about how it can be applied to relationships and self defense. So, this concept is called Hando no Kuzushi. No Kuzushi in Judo means off balancing by reaction. You can off balance someone mentally if you can trigger a negative reaction with your words. So that is the interpersonal self-defense type thing. But let's talk about how we take Hando no. Well, first we'll stay in Judo. If you're in Judo and you do Hando no Kuzushi, you're in a tournament play, you're in some type of sparring. You would, for example, say indicate or try to fake like you're going to go do a foot sweep. They move their foot back out of the way, and then you transition from there into something like a Taotoshi or a body drop. After they move their foot, they're on one leg. You throw them where they're already off balance, and then they land flat on their back. That would be an off balancing in Judo. Or how I got someone once in a tournament back in the day. I went for one pin, he blocked that pin, then I went for another pin. And I thought I was pretty smart. Then when I ended up sparring against that guy's instructor, he taught me on the mat. So he went for one pin, right? I saw him doing a block. So he went for one pin, I blocked it, then he went for another one, and I counted that. And then I moved right into a third pin that he got me in. So I was only thinking 2 steps ahead, and he was thinking 3 steps ahead while he was watching me on the match. I was like, this is why he was a black belt and I was not at the time. So that's Hando no Kuzushi straight up for Judo for a Judo match. Now, of course, if you're in the striking styles, it's something like Taekwondo, Tang Sudo, Karate, you know how to do Hando no Kuzushi, even if you don't call it that. When you practice this punch, I've been taught to call it, double punching. This goes high, they block, you come in with a low reverse punch. Easy peasy. Kicking. You kick low, they block or move out the way, and then they leave their head open, and then you come up with a high kick. Or you start it with a high kick, they block it, and then you come with a low kick. Easy peasy, right? Now, when we're talking about people, interpersonal relationships, self-defense, I'm going to play this abridged clip that I got from the Crimson Cure channel. The reason why it's abridged, and I should be able to use this by fair use, internet, is the group of people she's labeling. I don't want to get into that. I just want to get into the principle of how she's talking about dealing with toxic people. So if it's choppy, it's because I just took the portion of where she's talking about toxic people, because although she's speaking in one particular context, toxic people are universal. There are toxic people all over the place. And we even have toxic people in the martial arts. I hate to say it. Not everyone, not all martial artists. But I mean, hey, there's good and bad and everything. There's positive and negative in everything, okay? So there are toxic people. And of course, if someone's trying to, rob you or hurt you, they're most likely toxic. And this is how Hando no Kuzushi plays out with words.
Now, like I said, this is a tactic of making you defend yourself. This is actually a common tactic for narcissists and for other toxic people. Toxic people do this kind of stuff to you, okay? They will make statements or ask questions that make you defend yourself or make you feel as if you need to defend yourself against whatever accusation that they make. It's usually something disrespectful, and it's usually maybe even a character assassination and things of that nature. So what they'll do is they will make a statement or they will ask a question that is designed to make you feel devalued. This is what they're doing, to make you feel devalued.
So when someone feels devalued, a lot of times, especially if you're talking about out in quote unquote these streets among civilians, there are a lot of people, if they feel devalued, insulted, you're dissing me, something like that, they may want to respond back physically. So somebody says something to devalue me, I get angry, and then I start yelling back. And then things can escalate into something physical where you try to attack the person. Now, these type of toxic people, that's actually what they want. They want an excuse so they can justify getting into a fight with you. And if they're carrying a weapon, they may want to justify being able to use the weapon on you by trying to say that I was only defending myself. Or they just may want to try to make you look bad because they want to make themselves look better, or there's a whole host of reasons. Another sporting context where you could think about Hando no Kuzushi is what they call trash talking. I know people have done it in basketball. Muhammad Ali was famous for it in boxing, where he'd say stuff to people, throw them off, trying to either intimidate them, get them mentally off balance, get them mentally off their game, so that they can have an upper hand or they can trigger a reaction in you. Even if they trigger your own fear, that is a negative reaction that the person is doing with Hando no Kuzushi. Now, perhaps the original intent of Hando no Kuzushi was just physical, but I am applying it to words in the non-physical. So in terms of offering a solution, a great way to counter Hando no Kuzushi is with your Taekwondo tenets of courtesy and self-control and indomitable spirit. When they're trying to provoke you, you be courteous, even though they're being discourteous. When they're trying to provoke you or throw you off balance, you control yourself. You don't match their negative words with negative words. And look, if push comes to shove and they actually do attack you, study their body language. If they look like they're about to hit you, get ready to intercept and counter. Even though there are schools of thought that says that the first move is not a block, that's actually an attack. If you take that mindset that a lot of us are taught in traditional martial arts, where your first move is a defensive move, then you can intercept their attack because you're watching for it to come. One caveat about the method I just gave you is that's for one-on-one. If you sense an attack, make sure that they don't have backup, either in front of you or even behind you. Okay? Don't stand directly in front of them. Stand a little bit off to the side at sort of a 45 degree to them if you can, without it being too obvious, so that you can use your peripherals to see if there's anything coming this way. And plus, if you change your angle slightly, it will add in some time for you to be able to counter their attack or even just avoid it and move out of the way. Now, please don't get it twisted. I'm still working on this myself. That's why I made this video. Okay? So thanks for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe. Please share with people like to talk about the martial arts and peace. And as always, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. And if you go to my About tab, you can see other content of mine or references to other content of mine I wouldn't mind that you check out. And if you'd like to sign up for martial arts classes, go to my About tab and you'll see where I'm teaching as of this recording. Peace and thanks.